Yo, dreamers, what's going on? This is a mini Dreamers podcast episode that's shown on YouTube or something to that effect. Anyway, this is the first mini episode that I'm doing. I'm joined right now by little Ava right here, who's looking off at something. I don't know. But anyway, my point is I'm here to answer questions. I'm also here to talk about different topics. I have like 250 topics that I want to talk about and I want to shoot these videos about. So I'm really, really looking forward to doing these YouTube videos and making them into podcast episodes and all of that stuff off the cuff, nice and short, less than 3 to 7 minutes. We'll see how long each one goes. And apparently Ava's super interested in whatever I'm saying right now, even though she has no idea, but she's been blowing raspberries like crazy today. And so, yeah, this will be like a second episode a week for the Dreamers podcast, maybe even more often, depending how quickly I can wrap right through these things. So today I have a question from Paulo, who asked me, how do I stay motivated? Specifically me, and you. So for me, I try to stay goal oriented. I set goals. I don't always accomplish them, but it's in that time that you you try to accomplish these things that you're able to learn from it, right? So it's not really failure if you don't achieve that goal, but you always have to be taking something away from it. And as entrepreneurs, we're constantly problem solving, like trying to talk off the top of our heads, reading from a script on this screen, and having Ava try to stay as quiet as possible, and maybe she'll even learn something along with all of you. So for me, let's talk about what doesn't motivate me. Money is a big non-factor for me. It doesn't motivate me to do more, do better, or anything like that. It really never has. There's two things that I have always loved growing up, and it's technology and it's excuse me, music. As you can see behind me, I have my turntables right there and a whole wall of vinyl over there, and tons of music in my computer. So for me, these are the things that motivate me. Working hard to work more, to produce more, to create more. Like that's really what I love. So for me, things have changed a little bit since having Ava. I have realized that not only is time the most precious resource that we have, but also energy. Trying to balance that whole work-life balance thing is definitely been tough. It's something I've had to compromise on with this show and my work as well, especially as my wife Melissa gets back to going to work and I'm here with Ava all day, every day. So it's been a challenge for sure, but it hasn't changed how I'm motivated, right? So a lot of people were like, "Oh, Joe, now you're gonna have a baby. It's gonna change everything. How you see the world and how you're motivated, and to be able to provide for your family and everything." It's like, well, yes and no. Like it has changed a little bit. What it has changed for me personally isn't so much what motivates me, but my focus. So I've shifted my focus away from doing things that I would just necessarily want to create to things that I can create to produce money to be able to support my family. So it's a bit of a compromise there. Yeah, it's a bit of a compromise, Ava. And that's just the way it goes when you get to that level of like, okay, well, I want to create this thing, but I know how much time it's going to take. I know how much energy it's going to take. In the meantime, I could be doing all these other things to produce money as an entrepreneur, creator, artist, whatever. But to me, society starts with you. So it's really, really important to make yourself happy first, and then that can translate into empowering others, and then and changing the world to do things that really matter to them. It's not all about what matters to you and what your vision and your dreams are when it comes to other people. It's about empowering them to find out what their own visions are, what motivates them, what burns that fire, and moving on from there to create amazing things and immeasurable differences within the world. So I really want to know what does do you have any questions? I also want to know what motivates you. Could you leave that down in the comments below this video or on my website, or shoot me an email at joe@superjoepardo.com. All right, that wraps up the first mini Dreamers podcast episode. Ava's letting me know that it's time to go. So I hope you all have an amazing weekend. And I'm pretty boring. Thank you for listening or watching. You can subscribe. Also, don't forget to subscribe either on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play Store, or now on YouTube at superjoepardo.com/tube.